Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between HuK and NightEnD on Orbital Shipyard. I'm fairly sure this is not the actual HuK since he goes by Washed Up Noob on Legacy of the Void as far as I know, but if I'm wrong about that, please correct me in the comments and I will put your answer in the description. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Protoss player. It is HuK. And in the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Protoss player. It is NightEnD. NightEnD is a professional Romanian player and a really nice guy. Go ahead and check out the description to see a link to his Twitch channel and his YouTube channel. He actually games over there. So again, go ahead and click on that, subscribe. He's a really super dude. And thank him a lot for submitting a bunch of replays to me to cast. He does submit both wins and losses, so don't think just because this is NightEnD and he submitted it over that he's going to win this game for sure. It's definitely going to be a hard-fought match. He really only usually submits pretty difficult games, so look forward to that. So again, both players pretty much doing the same thing. Protoss like to open up with double assimilator as well as gateways here, and I think by now the meta is usually Stalker. Stalkers do really well against Adepts. Adepts are good openers against Zerg and against Terran, but against the Protoss player, it's kind of difficult because Stalkers are as quick as they are. They don't take the extra damage from the Adepts that other units would in the early game. So I think that's the plan here, but we'll have to see what both players actually decide to do. NightEnD is indeed scouting. So he gets right on in here, sees what's going on, sees the probe count, sees the double gas. Steals are trying to mess up the AI of these workers and steal some minerals at the same time. Cybernetics core coming down about the same time for both players. HuK has just about enough money for an expansion, and there it is. Boom, there goes the Nexus. NightEnD is not saving up for an expansion, instead is getting what at this point? I don't really know. There's a slight pause there. From NightEnD, HuK is spotted by NightEnd's probe. And yeah, what on earth is NightEnD doing here? Okay, so NightEnD is now choosing to save up his money for a Nexus of his own. Boop, there it goes. A little bit later than the red Protoss player, but again, if it's super early and you're not quite sure what your opponent is doing, it can kill you. So just being a little bit cautious there as the Twilight Council pops right on up. Warp Gate research on the way for both of these players. Yes, indeed, both players are getting it, as well as a Mothership Core and Adepts. So okay, we are actually opening Adepts for both of these players. I called it completely incorrectly, but again, I still think Stalkers are a good answer to Adept from your Protoss opponent if you are Protoss. So here we are continuing to make probes, waiting for that Warp Gate research to complete. Chrono Boost is continuing to be Chrono Boost on the workers, not Chrono Boosting Warp Gate at all. Nobody's planning on being too aggressive here, but whoa! HuK throwing down 3 pylons at this Nexus. What on earth is this plan? Sending down the Mothership Core as well? I think the intent might be to photon overcharge these pylons. Look at this! NightEnD throwing down pylons of his own. That one is up. Nothing here can really kill pylons that quickly. Probes, Adepts, and Motherships also, or Mothership Cores have terrible DPS against buildings. We're slowly going to get one of these down, I think. And yeah, getting one probe down, but here comes the Mothership Core. She wants to photon overcharge on these Nexus so bad. Are we going to get one? There's one photon overcharge from NightEnd's, and there it is. Going after the Mothership Core there. And this pylon trying to take out that Adept, going after workers before it ends up dead, getting 1-2 kills on those workers, picking up the Adept as well. This pylon has 4 kills, and finally the Mothership Core takes it down. But look at that. Aggressive photon overcharge play with pylons in a PvP. We have seen this in a PvZ, I believe it was, on Dash and Terminal that I cast a few days ago, or maybe a week ago by now. But I've never seen that in a PvP, especially at a high-level game, so that was super interesting. I liked that quite a bit. And in the end, what did we lose? Resources lost. Let's go there instead. NightEnD lost 275 minerals. HuK lost 450 minerals and 25 gas there, so definitely invested a lot more into the extra pylons. I think NightEnD did throw down 2 pylons here initially, canceled 1, though, was able to kill all 3 of the pylons of HuK. So I think in the end, NightEnD did come out ahead. But again, if we look at the units lost, 3 workers were killed for NightEnD as well. So maybe that was enough to even the score. I really don't know. Photon overcharge again. Oh, force fielding in the Adept and killing it. Good micro there from HuK. These are light units, sentries are, so Adepts do pretty well against them. This little guy is lucky that he is still alive. Both players kind of just sitting back, teching up, taking a breather from the aggression that they've already experienced so far. Getting the Adept upgrade here for the shields is NightEnD. Perhaps continuing to make those. It does increase the Adept shields by 50 total, which is nice. Let's see if we can find an Adept here. Just in case you haven't seen these units before in Legacy of the Void, they're right here. They do have 90 shields and 90 hit points, making them pretty beefy for a tier 1 unit. They also have Protoss armor +1 by default, a move speed of 3.5, very quick. No shields by default, 10 damage to everything but light units when they get 23 damage, a range of 4, weapon speed 1.61, and psionic transfer, which projects an invulnerable shade that can move but cannot attack. After 7 seconds, the Adept teleports to the shade's location. Small skirmish here. The Stalkers are here for HuK. And like I said, Stalker's pretty good unit against Adepts, killing 1 there. All the Stalkers are still alive. Photon Overcharge going up again, but every single one of these Adepts is definitely going to die here. Blinking back the wounded Stalkers and taking down the Adept, and then just going home. HuK says, I did enough damage there. I'm pretty happy with killing that many Adepts. If any more Adepts want to come out here, we'll be happy to fight them, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon for NightEnD. Throwing down additional pylons here. Again, the pylons are for supply, but they are also for defense. Really interesting to see this, how it works here. HuK continuing to make these Blink Stalkers coming in. There's an Immortal, though. That is a lot more dangerous versus, there we go, versus those Stalkers. There's 50 damage versus armored units, which is what Stalkers are, and they only have 160 hit points. Coming on in, trying to snipe down pylons. Double Photon Overcharge, though, causes the Blink out. And HuK says, you know what? This is pretty well defended. I want to make this Blink Stalker attack work. He is getting a 3rd base back home. This is completely an all-in. But blinking up the ramp, maybe, yes. Blinking up just a little bit, taking shots for no reason. I think he believed the Photon Overcharge was done. The 11 seconds was up. Is it 11 seconds here? Oh, 21 seconds. Okay, so this is a previous patch. This is a little bit older. So this lasts a little bit longer, but it's pretty much the same concept here. Another pylon does go down, and then just a blink out. The harassment is pretty good here for HuK. I really like what he's doing so far here. And again, this could be HuK for all I know. Again, last I checked, he was washed up new, but that might have changed. He could have had a name change. Or perhaps this is another account entirely. Or just maybe there's an amazing GM level player on Legacy of the Void who goes by HuK, who is not HuK. Who knows? Taking the high ground here, but again, the 2 Immortals are just so damaging to those Stalkers, killing 1 almost outright. I think might even be focusing down the wounded Stalkers there. Resources lost tab shows 875 minerals lost for HuK, or for NightEnD rather, 125 gas, and less so for HuK there. So getting rid of that resources. Might try to blink up here again. The Immortal, yeah, picking up a probe and a pylon. Excellent indeed, but kind of trapped up here for just a second. They want to blink away, but they can't until it wears off, and there we go. They managed to get out of there and get back on home. So this is just Blink Stalker Harass, Blink Stalker Harass with Adept Harass coming in the backside on this Warp Prism. Is there anything here? There's a single cannon, but I think we can land here, kill quite a few probes, and then pick up and get out if we need to. Another probe dies, getting in range of the cannon for just a second, picking up and moving out. What I like from HuK, what HuK is doing here is not overcommitting. HuK is very interested in doing damage, but he doesn't want to lose the Stalkers, doesn't want to lose the Adepts. He'll back out if he feels like it's getting a little bit sketchy. And meanwhile, back home, is just continuing to get upgrades, +1 ground weapons. Just about to finish here for HuK, but +2. Close to finishing for NightEnD, so actually playing this a little bit better, a little bit more harassed down here as well. Photon Overcharge coming up on those pylons. Disruptors on the way for NightEnD as well. Where'd that go? There's that Disruptor. Purification Nova shoots out a ball of energy that lasts 2 seconds and emits a powerful Nova, dealing 145 splash damage and an additional 55 shield damage to nearby ground units and structures. The Disruptor is immobile while this is active. So to deal with Disruptors, you can pretty much dodge their shots. Again, the Nova only lasts 2 seconds. It's pretty quick, though. Or you can try to kill the Disruptor that shot it. That will cancel the Purification Nova at the same time. Here comes some more harass on in here. There's a Photon Cannon just about to finish. Can they kill some workers? They do. They get 1 or 2 workers here. 3 workers, and then picks up. Moves on out. 4th base is now up for HuK. Just trying to keep NightEnD inside his base while expanding like crazy. Oh, Templar Archives on the way as well. Might get some Archons here. Storm might be a good answer, but I think NightEnD is tired of all this harass, and he is moving out across the base. Here he is coming up along the left side saying, I wonder if there's a 4th base, and there is, but the army is here to protect it. So this might be a pretty big battle here. Hallucinated Phoenix ends up dead. That one manages to survive. The Stalkers come on up, trying to take down these pylons to prevent photon overcharge being used on them. It's so weird to see those targeted first. Coming in from the right side is HuK, though. There are Archons, Adepts, and Stalkers here with an Immortal of his own. Couple sentries. Disruptor shot. Purification Nova mostly whiffs. I think we killed a sentry there, but that was about it. Photon overcharge keeping NightEnD at bay. Comes on in, kills a pylon, moves back out very patiently. Hallucinated Phoenix getting scouts off of 4th base of NightEnd's own. A little bit of a weird place. Usually you take your 4th here, but I guess here works as well. I've seen that fairly frequently. Coming up once more, we're using Sonic Transfer on all of these Adepts, and we might actually let this finish. Nope, canceling it. Moving back again, taking out another pylon. Disruptors, Purification Nova on top of that entire army, taking out a couple Adepts. And Zealots greatly weakening one of the Immortals there. The Disruptors move back there, continuing to press forward is HuK, trying to get the Invader out of his side of the map. The Stalkers are busy with Adepts on the back end. The Disruptors, I think, are about ready again to go with another shot here. It's so close, going to be very, very close. The Archons in the front, Hallucinated Archons actually soaking up a lot of the damage there, but real Archons as well doing pretty well with that. Just standing in and fighting. NightEnD has the upper hand. Blinking back. Ooh, gets up the Warp Prism. Lucky pickup there by NightEnD. Good game sense. Good seeing that was there and responding quickly enough to kill it. 4 Disruptors, though. Yeah, that's a lot of damage you can get done to ground units here. Actually, is it ground and air units? I'm going to think about that. It says nearby ground units and structures. Okay, so just ground units. There it is. This Archon does have +2 attack. The army for NightEnD has +3 now, though. Coming on in, again, focusing down units. Ooh, taking out a little bit of the energy, a little bit of the shields there on that Immortal. This cannon taking a lot of damage at the same time. Zealots pushing on up here. Another disruption. Purification Nova greatly weakening these units. Just so useful in these PvP battles. Disruptor gets taken down, though. Can't get to the back lines. Archons are dying left and right. Though more Disruptor attacks. Purification Nova's slowly whittling down this army. Stalkers and Adepts pushing on in. There are a couple Immortals. There is a Photon Overcharge going down on top of 2 of these pylons. There are 2 cannons as well. NightEnd's going to back on up, continue to warp in Adepts here. Perhaps sending in more Disruptors. He has a Disruptor to replace the one that he lost earlier. It's 98 to 126. Total supply. Continuing to make Archons is HuK. That's his unit of choice. Archon versus Disruptor. Who's going to come out ahead is going to be the question here. We're both on 4 bases. Nobody has managed to really kill a base of the other one yet. 62 to 62 total Harvesters. But again, here we go. Coming on in, getting rid of one of those cannons. But all the Archons on the right side doing that splash damage. Ooh, a lot of damage to all of those Adepts. Disruptor, Purification Nova, whiff. A double whiff there. Excellent play there by HuK with the dodging. Pushing back in again. Dancing back and forth. No player really wants to commit too heavily to an attack here. They feel like whoever wins the first big engagement might actually win this game. It's so close to HuK's 4th base. He cannot stand to lose it at all. Resources lost tab tells us 7,100 minerals to 9,800 minerals lost for HuK. NightEnD is ahead that way. We're going to close that. Come on back in again. Archon of NightEnd's own is here, but taking shots pretty low on the shields. Going after pylons, and we're going to try to get one of those. The Archon does fall. Zealots, charged Zealots coming right on in here. Purification Nova, oh, takes out 2 Archons. Excellent shot there on the Purification Nova. 2 more coming on in. Again, taking out another Archon. Oracle dying at the same time. Disruptors getting to the back line very easily. Another Archon dies. 2 Disruptors. All that is left here are a few Adepts, a few Immortals. I don't know if this is enough for HuK to hang on. NightEnD is looking very strong here with his +3 attack. That's it. HuK calls the GG. NightEnD is victorious, and HuK has left the game. So there we go. A PvP where HuK chose to go with a Blink Stalker approach, more traditional stuff with the Archons. It did have some Adepts, obviously, and Immortals and charge lots, whereas NightEnD went for Disruptors to mix in with his Adepts and his Stalkers. And in the end, the Disruptors, I think, were the MVPs. That one, 5 kills, 2 kills, 1 kill, 4 kills on the Disruptors, and they're still alive. Stalkers as well at the front, taking a lot of damage. 7 kills on this guy, whereas he has a Mentor. So excellent game here by NightEnD. Again, please check out his YouTube channel in the description. But this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.